What up, what up? Welcome to Gonzo Sports Rant. I'm your host, Tyler Gonzo. The Bucs won. They won. The Bucs won. Hey, in case you didn't know, the Bucs were winners on Sunday against the New York Football Jets. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, quarterbacked by the slinging beard, Ryan Fitzpatrick, defeated the New York Jets. Yes, they had a 5-game losing streak, I'm very aware. But they won. They have won the 3rd game of the season. And they're back in it. They're back in the playoff race. Just kidding. But for real, people. The Bucs won. They beat the Jets. They looked better. A little bit better. Not great. They are not going to win 7 in a row and win out. They will not go 10-6. They're not making the playoffs because there's no way that they can beat any team in their division, let alone the NFC. They're not going to the playoffs. So everybody, hold your horses. It's not their year like we all thought it was. They got a lot of work to do. But there was improvement. It seems to me, and I've never seen this stat shown on ESPN or NFL Network or any of those things as a determining factor in wins. But the games I've looked at that the Bucs have won, a common statistic that I have found is first downs. When the Bucs get more first downs than their opponents, they typically win. Now, don't quote me on that. That's not a verified number crunch statistic from a Stanford graduate. Okay, that's just me observing. It seems to me when they get more first downs, especially rushing first downs, when they get more rushing first downs and overall first downs than their opponents, they win the game. Also, when they get more plays and time of possession, they typically win. Against the Jets, they had 66 plays. The Jets only had 64. They did not have more total yards. They did have more rushing yards, though, and I think that's a big factor. When you can run the ball and control the clock and control the pace of game, that's a big deal. And the Bucs achieved that. They ran for 90 yards. The Jets only rushed for 56. Now, 90 yards, that's average. That's not great. But when Doug Martin's getting blown up 3 yards in the backfield and we still get 90 yards rushing, I'd say that's a pretty good day. Less penalty yards. We had 27 less penalty yards than them. We only turned the ball over once on a horrible throw by Fitzpatrick. Wide open for a touchdown. We throw it 10 yards behind him for a pick. Jets had 2. A fumble and an interception. We just do simple things, we win. Keep it simple. Don't turn the ball over. And I don't know why, but with Jameis Winston in the game, it seems that we beat and kill ourselves. We always find a way to mess up the good strides we've made. And it always seems to be Jameis Winston. And I'm not saying he's the problem. I'm not saying it's his fault that we had a 5-game losing streak and the Bucs are 3-6. Not saying his fault. It just strikes me that it always seems that he's making this little, what seems to be a rookie mistake as a third-year quarterback. You got Carson Wentz and Jared Goff as second-year quarterbacks with their teams at the top of their divisions in the playoffs. Jameis Winston was a number 1 overall pick. Number 1. He has a better receiver on his team than all the other receivers combined in Mike Evans. I'll take Mike Evans over 3 of the receivers that the Eagles have. And the Rams have Sammy Watkins now, but he's not Mike Evans. Mike Evans is better than Sammy Watkins. But Jared Goff and Carson Wentz are lighting it up. I'm not saying Ryan Fitzpatrick is the answer either. Jameis Winston is our quarterback. But at what point does he stop making these boneheaded mistakes and boneheaded plays and start playing like the first overall pick Heisman winning national championship winning quarterback that he is. Is Dirk Carter the problem? I don't think so, but maybe. He might be. Maybe his message is lost on Jameis Winston and the rest of the team. But for some reason they won today. Or Sunday, I'm sorry. They won Sunday. And that's great. That's progress. Let's keep it up. Let's keep the pass rush up. Now I wanted to get in some videos that the Bucs posted. Go over them real quick. Okay, the Bucs posted a video that they said was a great play by Lavonte David a couple weeks ago, causing a fumble. But if you actually go back and watch that video, it's a horrible play by everybody else, and Lavonte David just makes up for it. Quan Alexander completely takes himself out of the play by going in the wrong gap. If you don't know what run fits are, look them up and study them. There's lots of videos on YouTube that explain run fits. And I'm going to tell you right now, Quan Alexander completely disregarded his assignment in this run fit. Thank God Lavonte David was there. He's a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker. Saved the day, got a fumble. Scoop and score. Okay, the second video that actually I liked was posted about this game against the Jets. Anthony Becht is describing the video. We have 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up outside linebackers on the line of scrimmage. So basically we have 5 linemen. At the snap of the ball, the 2 outside linebackers drop out. The 3 defensive linemen kind of disperse. The tackles, who are the linemen on the outside, think that they have the outside linebackers. So they take a step out. The guards take a step out to account for the defensive ends, which are the 2 outside linemen. And then you have your nose tackle, who's over the center. He went one direction, opening a gap for Quan Alexander, who was lined up over the nose guard to blitz up the other side. Before Josh McCown can turn around, Quan Alexander is in his face. So he has to throw the ball hot, which means get rid of it. Incomplete pass, 4th down, Bucs get the ball back. Just like that. Then we get 6 sacks over the entire game. A little bit of pass rush. We have nobody, no names. I guarantee you 95% of the residents of Tampa and its surrounding areas cannot name who our defensive linemen are besides Gerald McCoy. We have no pass rushers. Nobody. But we do some games and, get a little confusion going on the offense. And we get stops and we get the ball back and we get a win. Is it that hard to see that this formula works? Get the quarterback's face, make him throw it. You get picks and you get incompletions. It's that simple. The last thing I want to talk about. All this conspiracy theories and all these experts and analysts saying the Bucs are firing Dirk Cutter at the end of the season and John Gruden's coming back. The Savior's returning. His Holiness, John Gruden's coming back to save the day and rekindle the Bucs and take them back to the Super Bowl. Okay, timeout. Let's analyze that. First of all, not taking away anything John Gruden did. Excellent coach, knows more about football than I can ever imagine knowing. It was not his team. He took possibly the greatest defense ever and sprinkled in some offensive players and took them to the Super Bowl. Did he coach them there? Absolutely. Like I said, not taking anything away from him. He's the reason we won the Super Bowl. But I think he gets a little bit more credit than he deserves. First of all. Second of all, after the Super Bowl, what happened to the Bucs? We couldn't develop through the draft. We got all veterans. And we went downhill. And we haven't had a winning season since. Right? Okay. The Bucs are about to induct John Gruden into the Ring of Honor and put his name on Raymond James Stadium for all eternity. What would the Bucs have to offer John Gruden that could, first of all, lure him out of the booth, which is the cushiest job in the world, and second, risk his glory, fame, honor, his legend in Tampa and in football to come coach a crappy team. He is known as our greatest coach. Why would he risk all of that other stuff to come coach a crappy team just to be reunited? That's not happening. Okay? And if the crappy team wasn't enough, John Gruden makes $6.5 million from ESPN a year to work 4 hours a night. Not even 4 hours a night. 4 hours one night a week. They said, hey, buddy boy John, tell you what, you go sit in that booth on Monday nights. We'll private jet you to whatever game there is. Give you whatever you want to eat, the fanciest foods, whatever you want to drink. Sit in that booth for 4 hours. Talk about football. We're going to pay you $6.5 million for, like 10 games. And then you go on your merry way and be rich. Oh, by the way, that's not including his endorsement deals with multiple Fortune 500 companies such as Corona and Hooters. And he has some other ones that are smaller. His net worth is $22.5 million. John Gruden does not need to coach football. Don't need to do it. It would be the biggest career mistake of any professional coach ever for John Gruden to step out of the booth to come coach a team. Unless the team just lost in the Super Bowl and need an offensive mind, and it was guaranteed that they're going to make the Super Bowl next year, he'd be the dumbest coach ever, dumbest person ever to come out of the booth making $6.5 million to go coach a football team. How much are they going to offer him? Offer him $10 million a year? I wouldn't do it. $10 million a year to ruin my reputation, or $6.5 million to stay and do what I love to do and have the cushiest job on the face of the earth? Nah, I'll stay there. Folks, the Bucs have the Dolphins next week. Dolphins just got crushed by the Patriots on Monday Night Football. Hopefully, we can keep up the progress we made from this past Sunday. Keep the pass rush going. Keep the mistakes down. And play good, solid football. And probably get out of there with a win. Jake Cutler's a turnover machine. They just traded away Jay Ajayi, their best running back. And who do they have as wide receivers? Nobody. They don't have a defense either. They got Ndamukong Suh. That's it. Nobody else. So, I'm predicting a win. Hopefully, y'all join us next time. Catch you later. This is Tyler Gonzo, Gonzo Sports Talk. Bye.